So I'm Randy. I'm an alcoholic.
Hi, Tim.
Hi, Tim.
No, that's why I said hi, Tim.
Hi, Tim. Hello, step 10. Thank you, God. Wow. I'm really grateful to be here today and to be sober and be alive and a little confused about God's will after last night. It's just so challenging to make sense out of that chaos and how that could possibly make sense. But hey, I'm alive and I'm human and I'm having a human experience along with my spiritual experience, I imagine. And in the spirit world, everybody's okay. Everybody got out okay last night in the spirit world. In the physical world, there's definitely been some trauma for me and others. Just so I still have alcoholism today for my own life, and I can still only do what I can do in my life today, where I am, and I'm here, right now, and I get to be the man that my higher power wants me to be today, and see where I could actually be helpful instead of fault finding and blaming and depressed and torn up, because I don't think that's going to help anybody around me to have a better day today, because I'm torn up inside, and nothing really happened to me, actually, right? Nothing happened to me. It's just the story that I tell myself about what happened and how terrible it is, because I don't get to see the big picture. I only get to see my little life and what my mind tells me about what happened, and my mind tells me it's terrible. And it looks like it was terrible, but who knows? Mm-hmm. In the grand scheme of the whole big picture, who knows what good could actually come from something like that? Who knows? It's not for me to know. Luckily, I'm not God. Luckily for you guys. Because I've seen what it's like when I'm the king and no one can say no to me, and it's not a pleasant place for you. I'm very happy there, but you might not be so pleased. So no matter what's going on in my life, I have to acknowledge that I have alcoholism. Me, Randy, I have alcoholism. There's something wrong with me. There's something wrong with my mind. And I get up every morning, and it's as if I wore a thick pair of glasses. Every morning, if I wore glasses and I couldn't see where I was going without the glasses, I wouldn't think, oh, today, I slept really good last night, I don't need my glasses. And I would put those glasses on like my sponsor did every morning if he wanted to be able to find anything or do anything. And that's the way it is with my mind. My mind needs a new pair of glasses, a new way of looking at life every day. And if I don't remember that I need that, then I'm going to be like a blind man stumbling through my day thinking I see perfectly. Mm-hmm. And I don't see anything. I can't see anything. But I think I do, and I have a story about everything, and I think my story is true. But everything's out of focus. So I have to acknowledge that I have alcoholism today. I have a fault-finding, opinionated, unsatisfiable mind that is completely selfish and self-centered and concerned about me and what I'm going to get out of this day, with no concern whatsoever for anybody else. Unless my helping you will help me more than my helping you will help you. Then I'll put a little effort into you. And so if I have that, then there's a way of life where I can actually have my new pair of glasses. And it starts with admitting complete defeat. Right now, I don't know. I do not know. Help me to set aside everything I think I know. Everything. Up until this moment right now, everything. Everything I know about AA, everything I know about my wife, everything I know about my daughter, everything I know about this room and all of you, so that I could have a new experience right now with what's really going on. In this moment right now, to be 100% rigorously self-honest in this moment of who I am, and to try to see you through God's eyes with no reference to my story about you, because I've seen all of you before. I know all of you. My mind has made up a story about every single one of you. And if I told you my story about you, you would not recognize yourself. But I'm dead right. And I don't know anything about you. And so I have to admit complete defeat that of myself, I cannot rely on my stories. I cannot rely on what I think I know. And if I can get to the place where I stand ready to do anything that will remove that story, that thing that I talk to that knowing, then maybe I could start to, right now in this moment, start coming to believe that there's a power that's greater than myself, and that power is the power that's going to restore me to sanity right now. Because all of my story is my attempt to restore myself to sanity. I have to make up a story about you so I know how to act around you. Because I need to know what's going on. I can't just live in the moment. That'd be crazy. To trust everyone to be who I'm seeing and let all my guard down, that sounds to me, to my ego, that sounds like insanity. It sounds like everybody's going to take advantage of me and everybody's going to hurt me. But my truth isn't that. My truth is that I have the best life I've ever known when I live there. And then in step 4, I get to start I learn how to take inventory. I learn how to take inventory for the first time of myself. I'm an excellent inventory taker of you. I can see you, like I've said, and make up a story and get it all right now, on my own power. But it's wrong. And it hurts me, and it hurts you. And it keeps me from having a relationship with you. Because I can only have a relationship with my version of you, and if you don't support my version of you, then I got to get rid of you because you're too confusing for me. It's too. So if you fit into the mold that I said for you, then we can hang out for a while. And in step 10, I continue to take personal inventory the way that I've learned how, my own inventory. So I'm no longer taking your inventory. I don't get to take your inventory anymore. It says, it's a spiritual axiom, that whenever I'm disturbed, there's something wrong with me. I have to always be looking at me. Even if you are wrong, there's still something wrong with me, that I'm upset about it. And that's a whole different way of life than the way that I know, the ego way. The ego way is you're wrong. You're wrong. Get out of my life. You're wrong. Or you're absolutely right and I have to have you. If I'm going to be okay, I have to have you. And then once I have you, I find fault with you and you're wrong again, and then I got to get rid of you. It just takes me a long time because I can't commit to anything. I can't commit to stay and I can't commit to go. So I'm just going to mediocre this until it disappears. It's a terrible way of life, right? To be half committed to, I do everything half. And there is no half. I stand at the turning point right here, right now. I ask his protection and care with complete abandon of me, or I ask my protection and care with complete abandon of God. And there's no half. There's nowhere else to turn. It's either to myself or to God. There's only 2 powers for my life. And one of them isn't really a power. It's just a make-believe power. But I like to fantasize and play in the make-believe world. Because in that world, I am the king. But in the other world, I get all knowledge and all power. And that's what it says in the 10th step too. That I get to connect with the one who has all knowledge and all power. And the connection is inside. It's not an outside God. I don't have to go find God. God's not lost. He's right deep down inside of me. And the inspiration and the strength and the guidance comes from the one who has all knowledge and all power, and that one is inside of me. It's just covered up by the one who thinks he has all knowledge and all power. And the whole 12 steps is to get rid of that one so that the spirit awakens in me. The one that's in me awakens to be the guide for my life, no longer guided by the ego. We're going to wake up the spirit. Hey, wake up. The spirit's not asleep. It's going to become awakened into my life as a way of life so that I can have something new. And so this is the only moment that matters. Who I'm being right now is the man that I am. And I don't need any story. In the sixth step, I get to ask my creator, now, could you now remove from me my creator, I am now willing that you should have all of me, the good and the bad, all of me, the whole story, everything I think I know, the good and the bad, because I don't know the difference between good and bad. So right now, take all of me, so that I could be new, born new right now, so I could be in this moment and have a relationship with that power right now. So that's why I'm here, and I'm going to try and stay right here, not going anywhere, trying not to go anywhere, by rightly relating myself to this higher power, like it says in the second step, because that's the only, it's assured that I will be restored to sanity if I rightly relate myself to that higher power right now. Would you help me? Would you be with me? Would you guide me? Would you help me be the man that you want me to be? Or the woman? If you want me to be a woman, I'm okay with that. So thank you for letting me share.
Thanks, man.
Oh yeah, what page? What
Well,
book?
last week we just started on 10 and
In
the 12 and 12.
Oh, nice.
But there were very few of us who were here, so I think
We could start over.
it would be appropriate.
Okay, that sounds good.
Start on page 88.
Yeah, we'll just start from the beginning. Step 10. Continued to take personal inventory, and when I am wrong, promptly admitted it. Who wants to start the reading?
I'm Dean, alcoholic.
Hi,
Hi,
Dean.
Dean.
As I work the first 9 steps, I prepare myself for the adventure of a new life. But when I approach step 10, I commence to put my AA way of living to practical use day by day in fair weather or foul. Then comes the acid test. Can I stay sober, keep in emotional balance, and live to good purpose under all conditions?
That's a good question. So the meeting's open if you want to share about this paragraph, your experience with it, or you want to ask a question, and let's go. Yep.
Bill Alcoholic.
Hi, Bill.
I have an experience with this.
Nice.
And, I'm working my steps again, but I've gone through the 12 steps a few times in my 10 years. But I'm working again. Still with force. But I had an experience with this, this new character that I'm building, being built. Yeah. I was working on an event with my partner, Animal Rescue, big event in Malibu. And she's sort of my boss because her father's famous. My father isn't. So she's kind of the boss. And I did a lot of work. I sold the most tickets of anybody. I think I personally raised $30,000. So I did a really good job. And the day of, they hired a publicist, and I had this big celebrity from England, and they said he's not big enough. He's not big in America. So I had to meet him and his girlfriend there and tell him that they had to pay for the tickets. And it was humiliating for me. They also took my +1 away because we were oversold. So they took my +1 away. Just all these things, and I wasn't going to go to the event on Saturday. I was going to say, fuck them. I'm going to send them a text. I'll never And I don't know why, that's the normal me, I do that regularly, that's just me. And I think I'm right in doing it as well, teaching them a lesson, to humiliate me and abuse me like that. But I decided to show up and to just be of service as best as I could, which is unlike me, completely unlike me. And I was humiliated there, and I just kept staying of service. I ran into two people there that I'd invited. One comes to this room quite regularly. Both of them were drinking alcohol. And I was shocked. And what I realized, though, is I was going through a lot of humiliation, anger, resentment, all kinds of things. But I felt amazing in that I never thought once about drinking. I was so shocked I saw them drinking. It doesn't even come into my thought process, which is amazing. So I don't want to pat myself on the back, but I did recognize that there's a new character being built. I recognized and I got through the day and everything turned out to be fine. Everything was fine. They didn't mind paying and all that sort of stuff. And it was a really successful thing. But I see this new character. I'm seeing it now. I've never seen it. I've never sort of recognized it before. And realized that this program really does work. I am a different person, and I really am a different person. And the fact that I don't even think about drinking under those stressful situations. And two of my friends, I don't know if they had stress or not, but they were both drinking wine. It was at a winery, and it was just shocking. But I'm so glad it's not me. Thanks.
Thanks, Bill. Who's next?
My name is Ali. I'm an alcoholic.
Oh,
Hey,
Ali,
These words,
you're next.
we're talking about practical application and living to good purpose under all conditions. And, practical application in the day I'm in, no matter what's going on, and living to good purpose. These are things that I'm beginning once again to experience in my life. And I had a realization last night. I had difficulty sleeping, not because of my head, but because of my stomach. And this business of staying sober and emotional balance. I have a Jewish mom and a Muslim dad, and I have seen some things in my life. Let's just put it that way. And it is not a question of if, and I hope I don't send anybody on a head trip, but it is what it is. It's not a question of if. It's just a question of when the ones we have done here in the States. It's happened before and it'll happen again. There's no question about it. And that's just the reality of life, on this plane. So what happened was I've been fasting, and last night I cooked my mom a heck of a meal, and I sampled a little bit. And some of the stuff that's going on, I was staying close to the power of this and that. And from tasting a little bit of the spaghetti sauce, I ended up saying I could have a little carrot. And next thing I know, I had a bunch of spaghetti. Next thing I know, I'm having chips and yogurt. And it's not. I'm not talking about food. I'm just talking about where that goes. And and then my stomach got upset, and I'm watching Netflix, which I had bought and had canceled because I wasted time. And then I watched the story about Mike Tyson and Holyfield and how he's in recovery now. I'm sorry? So really kind of excited that now by then I've eaten. he's talking about how he's in recovery, and I'm kind of, pretty grateful about that. And next thing I know, I looked at another thing that took me to a movie that I had no business watching that kind of movie. And thank God I shut it off, and this and that. But the point is that it is insidious, even though I know certain things and I've seen certain things, and it's just like I spilt the water there. It's like, okay, the water's spilled. I've seen plenty of spilled blood. And you just cover it up and just let it be and deal with it. But at an unconscious level, a subconscious level, it affected me to the point where I broke my fast and I looked at an inappropriate movie. And certainly didn't think about drinking, but it's amazing to me the power of self, how it will take me away from emotional balance one way or another, and that I can't live to good purpose without this. So, my heart is heavy, but at the same time, I am not going to be taken away from where God wants me based on, the actions of others. And I'm not going to give in to my fear. And I'm going to live in peace no matter what's going on. Because that's what I choose today. So I can live to good purpose. Because if I live in fear, I can't live to good purpose. And, it was a rough day yesterday, and my little brother came over and stole a check from my mom and went and cashed it and all this other stuff. But I'm living in good purpose. And really, it's a good purpose. The water is spilled, the blood is spilled, but I'm sitting here right now, and my job is to be of utmost service and live to good purpose. So, thanks.
Thanks, Ollie. Oh, yeah. Hi, Elizabeth.
I love the 10 step. I did 3 this week already because I've been busy this week. My sponsor's been busy, so we haven't really had the chance to communicate as much. But I need to do it because I have a very strong need to communicate what's going on with things. And small things can rub me the wrong way just as much as big things, And sometimes in the moment it doesn't seem that big, but I get home and my mind starts spinning. I'm like, So it helps me, and it also helps me have a better look at myself, and also not dumping because my sponsor is talking back in her experience. So I don't know. I just love. I love it. And when my dog passed away, I did not do the 10 step for a couple of months, and I had a night where I got wasted because I was feeling isolated again. Then I don't feel I can relate to anybody. I'm from a different planet and all that stuff. And now those same feelings came up again very strongly last week. I had this major mental breakdown. I miss my dog so much, and because of the 10 step, I didn't want it, but I got to look at what's the cause. I mean, I miss my dog, but also there's deeper causes behind it. Obviously, self-love, not love from family, partners, and all that stuff. So it was really good. And it's because of the 10 step, I get to look at it, and I also get to see where I'm wrong, where I'm totally overreacting, where I'm being selfish, without and all that. So. So I love
Thanks. Anybody else? All right, let's read another paragraph. Who's next? Who read that?
I read it.
You read that last one?
Yeah.
Alicia, you want to read it?
Alicia?